I mean, how hard can it be to get a result at Old Trafford? They make it look so easy in the Premier League. Hello? Oh, hi, Mr. Chairman. Good news? Well, what is it? I've got $2 million to spend in the transfer market. Well, mate, that would have been fantastic news when the transfer window was open.
Jarune, za tebe mi dijete diše, tu je važno samo jedno, nogomet i ništa više. Jarune.
Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Jarun on The Impossible Dream. It is Season 4, we're up to Episode 6 today. We have a huge game in the league against Dinamo Zagreb, top of the table clash. And then it is Manchester United. We go to Old Trafford in the Champions League. We had a magnificent start last episode. 2 points from our first two games, which is better than I think any of us thought we was going to do. But tough one now to go away to a Premier League team, isn't it? Now, the good news is that we do have a transfer budget. The bad news is that we got it after the transfer window closed. I don't know why just not give it to me straight away so I could actually do something with it. So, I mean, that is, as I said, obviously good news, but we can't do that much until we're going to be out of Europe, essentially. So, is what it is. We'll deal with it and we'll go from there. Now, there's a little bit to catch you up on. Let's start by what we've been putting our money towards, because we have been spending money to try and invest in the club. I think possibly the best thing to do right now is just to go to facilities, because I forget what I haven't showed you. Training facilities, both of these are getting upgraded, both the youth and the senior facilities. We have exceptional junior coaching now and good youth recruitment, so that should help our youth intakes with no ends, and then the adequate facilities improving further should help that a little bit more as well. So that is all looking good. Now, the other thing we've put actually quite a bit of money into, and this has come out of the transfer budget. But if we go and have a look at scouting, we are now scouting the world, which is going to be massive. The world is massive, obviously, but that's going to allow us to find a lot more players. And I've put quite a bit of money out of the transfer. We had nothing left here, so we put $500,000 into the wage budget, into the scouting budget. Sorry. So that's why the actual what we have now is less than the 2. I think it was 2.2 or something that the chairman gave us. So yeah, that is good. That's going to help us, as I say, just get as many good players on our radar as possible. And we are trying to improve our staffing as well. We're up to 5 scouts now, plus a chief scout. We're going to keep trying to get as many as we can. And yeah, everything else though you can see on the staff is more or less fully packed. We could probably do with another physio actually, because we have got a ever growing squad. So yeah, I might look to see if I can get another physio in as well. But yeah, all in all, that is looking good. Now, a couple of other things to quickly catch you up on. If we go to the medical centre and then to Martin Pajic, he has sprained his knee ligaments. He is out. He's been out for 2 weeks, potentially out for another 4. Hopefully, he's going to be closer to another 2 weeks, so a month in total. Not a devastating blow, because we have Havoy, so he can play, but obviously he can't play every game. So we're just a touch short with Mehmet Can on loan, but he was rubbish anyway, so I don't regret it. I'd rather have a trade monkey out there than him at this point, I think. So, yeah, that's a bit of a blow. Now, something that is a little bit better news. If we go and have a look at dynamics, and you will see that for the most part, everybody is happy. Just this guy who is, we want to sell him anyway. But Hartman is happy with his promise was fulfilled, and the 3 that were upset about being left out of the Champions League squad, they are now happy as well. So the hierarchy makes a much, much better reading. Nobody is opposed to me. There's a couple of guys that aren't in support of me yet, Hartman being one of them. I'm sure he'll come around. But yeah, that is all in all looking much, much better. Social groups are still a little bit fragmented for my personal taste, but we'll try and get them together over time. And yeah, I think we've sort of got a core of a side now that'll stick together for a little bit. So hopefully that core will become a sort of a core social group as well. The other bit of news is that Trugranich has signed an extension, but we'll go through that maybe a little bit. He was unhappy. He's now happy as well. He was upset at somebody coming in. Was it Nunez or was it Tolic? I can't remember now. But anyway, he is satisfied. So there are 3 games to catch you up on. So we'll go and do that. The first was in the league against Istra. So let's go see how we did. We took a first half lead through an own goal. But Istra were level before half-time. Tolic restored our lead. And it was 3-1 when Havoy combined with Tolic for his second. Before a magical first touch allowed Tolic to complete his hat-trick. And Havoy crossed for Tommy G in stoppage time for our 5th. So we were absolutely brilliant in the second half. First half was pretty much 50-50, but yeah, really, really good second half. Tolik with a hat-trick, 2 stunning goals. His take for that third one, that was brilliant. Really enjoyed that. But yeah, really strong result this one, which is huge. Next up, it was Slaven Belupa. Now, of course, we played them on the opening day of the season, and we drew 1-1. Let's see what we did when we played them for a second time. We went ahead in first half stoppage time when Havoy crossed for Fillet. Tolik sealed the points late on, before Purser added a third in stoppage time. So we really struggled to score in this one. We dominated the game throughout. 3-0 doesn't flatter us at all. And it was, a 90th and 91st minute goal that actually got us up to that. Otherwise, it was just, obviously just 1-0. But Pranjic didn't have a great day. We ended up subbing him off. But we played well. We really did play well. 72% possession will sort of back that up. But just, as I say, just really struggled to find the back of the net. Final game to catch you up on was our first round in the Cup. We are, of course, defending the Cup this year. And it was against a team that starts with Z that I can't pronounce, Zagora or something, that is a non-playable league side. We took an early lead when Radjakovic crossed for Matanovic. And it was 2-0 when Islamovic played in Pranjic. Before Radjakovic crossed for Matanovic to make it 3-0. So it was very much a rotated side. We were far too strong for them. And we had to play Dunham-Jack at right back because we just didn't have anybody else to play out there. All in all, it was Subarik was the backup goalkeeper that we signed last episode. We gave him a game. It wasn't the weakest side. There's still a very good side. But you can see we gave some games out to a couple of younger players and Marjanovic as well. Now that he's happy, we'll try and integrate him back into the team more as well. So, yeah, that was all very good. Now, if we're going to have a look at the league table. And coming into this game against Dinamo, we are 5 points back. We've got a 5-point gap as well back to third. So I think what's happened is maybe some of the new signings were taking a little bit of time to get themselves adjusted to the club. But we're absolutely flying now. And we are at home, but if we can beat Dinamo Zagreb, 2 points back, we could be on for defending this title yet, but obviously a long way to go. If we have a look at some of the league leaders, Tolik, perhaps unsurprisingly, after a hat-trick, is up there in the Golden Boot standings, top of the average match ratings, and Havoy, 3 clear on the assist charts as well. Plus Tolik is up there with 3 Man of the Match awards, and Priscilla, I should say, is joint top of clean sheets. So, yeah, very good. The turnaround has just been absolutely sensational, really. So let's go and have a look at what we're doing here against Dinamo. Now, we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of them. And the team that we are sending out, now we are sending out our strongest team here with the idea that we are probably sacrificing the Champions League at Old Trafford because I'm not sure we're going to get a result there anyway. So Priscilla in goal. Now we've got Schuenbach, Kozina. That's because neither of them are registered to play in Europe, with Zabic as the back 3. Havoy and Rovers will be the wide players. Dashka, Nunez, Tolik, Fillet and Gulji. It's, as I said, it's our strongest team, more or less, give or take 1 or 2 at the back. So let's see what we can do. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. That is a very strong-looking team that they are sticking out, isn't it? So it's a huge game. It really is. It's the biggest game Croatia's seen in months. Our home form's important to us. Let's go with that. And it's important, I think, that we don't lose here, particularly given that we're sticking out the first-choice team. Now, one other thing that has happened is Zebic is now a Croatian international. So he's got his 2 caps. He played in the most recent international break. Now, the issue with that is it's going to make it a little bit more difficult to get him out of Dinamo. I'm assuming it's going to have increased his value. He's still on a youth contract. I don't quite understand what Dinamo is waiting for. You've got an international on a youth contract. It seems ridiculous to me, but it's Dinamo and they'll make their own decisions. But yeah, I'd really like to try and get him out of there if we can, but he's got to want to join us as well, and that's the problem we have as much as anything right now. But otherwise it's been pretty good. Like I say, the Page injury at right back is a slight problem. We do have... Oh, that's not the start we wanted. Is it offside from the initial flick on? It's close. I don't know that we're clutching at straws a little bit. Oh, and we get away with it. So that is good. They're onside there, but this flick... Oh, it's so close, isn't it? It's so close. But we didn't defend it particularly well. But ultimately we get away with it, and that is all that matters. We've got a little bit of a problem at right back when it goes to Old Trafford. We've got a youngster he's 16, but he's deemed good enough to play in the league. So he is in the squad now, in the senior squad, and we're pushing our luck a little bit here at the back, aren't we? Priscilla clutches it, and we'll see where we go from here. So yeah, but I mean, it's this guy here, Sven. This guy. Do we want to be putting him out at Old Trafford? And I would suggest not. So if this game is going well or not, we might even take Havoy off and stick him out. I think it'll be his first appearance. Oh, there's a good ball for Philip. Tolic is just pulling strings in there. Oh, what a pass. And Philip sticks it away, and we are 1-0 up. And it is Philip's 10th of the season. But the pass from Tolic was absolutely magnificent. Look at this, just threaded it through. Nice run from Philip as well, and the finish, never in doubt with old Philip, is it? And we go 1-0 up. And it is a 2-point lead now at the top of the standings. This is huge. Now, this guy's on loan from Dinamo, isn't he? So 2 of our back 3 are on loan from Dinamo right now. So they're probably questioning the logic of doing that. But it just goes to show you, again, like, the strength that they have, that they're loaning out 2 of our, maybe 2 of our top 4 defenders. I don't know that Bekanic is pretty good over there, as Rovis picks his pocket. Can he get a cross in now? Go on, Rovis. He goes himself. He just maybe couldn't wait long enough. And we do have a corner, and we're going to have Tolic to take. Late in the first half, it's a decent one to the back post. Rovis is there. Could Tommy G have got something on that? But goalkeeper claims it. And are we going to get to the break in front? We're into first half stoppage time. And yes, we are. So you would say, so far, so good. We will not get complacent out there, please. Schumbach is looking nervous. I mean, that's not much use to us, mate. If he wasn't ineligible for Europe, I'd probably take him off now. But I want Hartman and Bekanic fresh for Europe. So we kind of need to leave it for now. Tolic does well to get a cross in and claimed just ahead of Rovis. Now, was that the highlight? We don't want to get done route 1 here, please. Zebic kind of wins it. They go back and they'll start again. And it starts to become a bit of a long old highlight. Can we pick a pocket there? No. Oh, Philip should get to that, shouldn't he? Philip, where's your strength, man? Get to the gym. Zebic wins it back. Here we go. Tommy G. Oh, and it's tackled away again. Is this going to be the equalising goal? It's a good ball through, and it is a goal. And is it offside is the question. And we've not started the second half particularly well there, especially when I said don't get complacent. And 30-odd seconds into the half, and it's 1-1. Kazina, oh, it's going to be close. I actually think it's not Kazina that's played him on. It's one of the other 2, if not both of them. So Kazina's a little bit unlucky there, I think. Let's have another look at it here. They've all... It's good movement, isn't it? They've all kind of played their role in that one. And, well, we've got to do it all again now. The question, of course, is can we do it all again? Let's encourage them. Schubach is annoying me a little bit now with his nervousness. And we've got a corner to defend. And that is just over the top. Nunez not having a great day, so we'll take him off for Purser. Where are you? There you are. He's looking apprehensive. So let's get... We've got Purser and Purser. And the old Australian accent, or what I've got left of it, doesn't do particularly well with R's and A's because they tend to sound the same. I've praised them there when I didn't mean to. Havoy is not looking particularly good. I wonder if we try demand... No, they're looking nervous, so let's say no pressure. Let's see if that's not worked either. Let's just get out of this with a point, please, boys. We've dominated possession, and since they've equalised, probably we could say nothing has happened. So it's 1-1. It is still a 5-point gap at the top. Given that was a home game, that is maybe slightly disappointing. So there we go. Still 5 points at the top. It is now a 6-point gap behind, but they've got games in hand. So not a disaster. Let's be honest. Not a disaster, that one. Considering it was, 4-1 last time, I think, when we played them, that's a nice improvement. So Youthful Jarun draw with Dinamo Zagreb. Guys, wait there. We're off to Old Trafford next, and that could be ugly. All right, welcome back. Now, unfortunately, the kids have lost to the United under-18, so, I mean, that's more or less to be expected, isn't it? So we're down there in 21st now, 1 win and 2 defeats from our 3 games. We've lost to Barcelona and Manchester United, beaten Lons. That's pretty much it to be as expected. I mean, to beat a French youth team, I'd say, is pretty good. But Croatians are pretty good at football, aren't they? So maybe it's not to be completely unexpected. We are expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of them inside forwards. So we're going to be trying to obviously trap them on the outside. And this is the team that we are sending out if everybody's match load is okay. So we've been able to put out a pretty strong team here as well. So Priscilla in goal, Bekanic, Hartman and Zabic as that back 3. We've got Havoy and Rovers down the wings. Dashka, Nunez, Tolik, Fillet, and Tommy G. We've got Variston in the cup. Not Variston. Vartex. No, it is Variston. We've got them in the cup, but we've got them in the league before that. So we'll put out the best team we can in the league, and then whatever happens in the cup, happens in the cup. We cannot fill the bench, though. We've got a couple of injuries, but we've just not been able to fill the bench, so that is a little bit disappointing. But anyway, let's go. All right, so we can see the team sheet there. It's pretty much a team of players that we know, isn't it? Now we've got to remember this is not Ethan Mbappe. That must be his brother, right? Kylian's brother. This is not the real life Manchester United. It's very easy to fall into that trap and think, oh, this is a joke. But as we learned as Aston Villa fans, they're still a very good team even in real life. And here we go. So yeah, I mean that is a strong team, isn't it? It's always because I did it a couple of seasons ago with Manchester United, because they've been sort of a bit of a disaster club in real life for a while. But I did did I do everything, or was it just an all-English team? But the players are still very good. I mean, they're not a difficult team to fix when you're playing as Football Manager. So yeah, I just think they're a bit of a strange one in real life, because they've spent so much money. And, I mean, obviously there's the issue with the ownership there, that people don't like them. But I think it's partly the recruitment as well, isn't it? Because they've spent so much money. If they're not the top spenders in world football, they're certainly one of the top 2 or 3. And they just, that is horrid marking. You think it has to be offside, because otherwise we're going to have to take someone out the back and shoot them, I think. It is disallowed. So, I mean, it had to be offside. I tell you what, he should not be offside, should he? It's horrid marking, and that should have been a goal. We'll encourage them. We might just go back to positive as well. Let's not attack a Premier League side away from home. Hopefully we'll defend this a little bit better as it goes into a good area. It is headed over the top, and the signs are there that from a set piece, we're not looking too crash hot here. Hartman is looking nervous. He's happy now. He shouldn't be looking nervous, surely. Now, Dinamo Zagreb, of course, last season, they got 3 points in this league phase. It would be nice if we could do a little bit better than that. I think our best chances, we've got Fenerbahce and Lons at home. I think they're both at home. One of them might be away. I think Fenerbahce is definitely at home. I think that's our best chance to get a first Champions League win. And that would now obviously take us past their total. Stay on your feet, Fillet. Havoy does well. Back we go to Priscilla. Oh, Jesus Christ. We get away with it. Havoy, forward for Fillet. Tolik, back to Zabic. Dashka, nice ball to find Nunez. Here we go. We've got a little bit of space now. We've got him retreating as well. It's back to Nunez. Nunez! Oh, he hit the post. It's come out for Havoy! And the goalkeeper, Onana, has made a good save, and we've got a corner. Nunez to take. In towards the back post. It's flicked away. Hartman will pick it up. Hartman, ideally, would be in there with his... he's got a pretty good jumping reach, I think. I have to have a word to the set-piece coach about that one. And here come United forward. Can we get a foot in? It's a long-ranged effort. Priscilla maybe could have done a little bit more than just tip that behind for a corner, but safety first is fine. Let's defend the corner now, please, boys. It's into the near post. Fillet heads it away. Only as far as Rashford, though. Rovers takes it off his toe. And here we go again. Come on, Fillet. On your feet, mate. On your feet. Tommy G. Can we close them down? It's a ball over the top. Priscilla is there. And 35 minutes in, we've given apart from their disallowed goal, which was horrid marking, we've done pretty well here. We've given a really good account of ourselves, so let's hope we can keep it going now. Bukenic to Hartman. Hartman gets it forward for Rovers, who can't win the ball. Bukenic does well. Have some of that, Anthony. Rovers again. Okay, let's maybe not keep going to Rovers. I think they've got him fairly well marked up out there, and that is just over the top. Yeah, this is going as well as it could have. It really, really is. I'm not quite sure why it was telling me to replace Priscilla there. Tolik with a free kick. That's not two people on the same wavelength, is it? Come on, can Rovers get back in time? Nunez is there, working hard, which you love to see. Darlow coming forward. Darlow, it's easy for Priscilla. And in first half stoppage time, we are going to get through a half at Old Trafford scoreless. And we did have a very good chance, didn't we? So that is about as good as we could have got hoped for. Let's keep playing without pressure. Hartman, mate, you are trying your luck. And with Rakic on the bench, who didn't play in either game yet, we'll give Hartman a little bit, see if he can get his act together. But otherwise, I think we're going to have to take him off. Bukenic to Hartman. No, excuse me. Back to Priscilla. Zabic now. Not ideal to have a centre-back on a booking. Hartman again. To Bukenic. Dashka, Nunez. Nunez for Philip dropping off. Oh, you can see he's trying to put in Tommy G there, but it wasn't really on, was it? And here they come forward again. Tolik working hard. Oh, just got a bit of a bad feeling about this one. It's early in the second half. Oh, we've left Darlow open. Darlow's open. Oh, Priscilla with a save. And we maybe need to start thinking about what we can do to freshen things up. Both strikers are on a booking, which is a strange one. Phillips not played particularly well. We've got Matanovic on the bench. Let's get him on. And let's encourage. And we're going all the way down our end, I think. Unfortunately for us, it is in open play and not a set piece. Hartman does well, clears it straight into Dashka's face, but we get away with it in the end. Priscilla to Zabic. Forward, and we go back to Zabic. This is nice, except Rashford has tracked back and taken it off of Havoy. Those two are having a pretty good battle out there, aren't they? We go across. It's a ball forward. Zabic retreating. It's back in. It's bouncing around, and it's an own goal, I think. It's a Hartman own goal. I don't think it's his fault. It was driven in, and I think it's bounced around in there like a pinball. And it's a shame because Hartman's second half was going so well. But this has... it's harsh to call that an own goal. It looks like it's hit Priscilla onto Fernandez, onto Hartman into the back of the net. That is when your luck's out sometimes. Your luck's out, isn't it? We'll encourage them. We've got another corner to defend. Nunez not having a great day out there. I wonder, given we know Nunez is good from a set piece, I wonder if we try and play for some set pieces. And let's just try upping the tempo, trying to get in behind them a little bit. Let's take Tolik off for Purser. And the other one that's not having a great game out there is Dashka, as that's not gone to plan. And it is now 2-0. We'll take Dashka off for... let's give our youngster a game. At 2-0, it's probably done anyway. And the other one having a bit of a nightmare is Zabic, so we'll take him off for Rakic. Yeah, we'll go ahead with those. And yeah, I mean, this is as much as anything about just freshening it up and saving legs and... Well, I mean, what we don't want to happen is get absolutely blasted away in the end here. Let's try a bit of a berating. There's a chance of this escalating quite quickly here, isn't there? Rakic, oh, he did okay, and... I mean, it's a good finish, and it's just a little bit of bad luck. Again, that ricochet could have gone anywhere, couldn't it? Nunez over a free kick. Floats one into the box. Rakic back to Nunez. Back into Rovers. Rovers with an overhead kick! And that would have been goal of the season. And dare I say, the best overhead kick that Old Trafford's ever seen. Controversial. Come on. if we can get out of here at 3-0, I think, given we've had a little bit of bad luck, the own goal was certainly bad luck, and that third goal as well, I'd put down to bad luck, as Purser does really well to get back and win that. And that is over the top, and it is a goal kick. Possibly that should have been scored. That was one of the easier chances. Gorgie's having a bit of a nightmare. Let's get Pranjic on up there. I mean, that is the softest thing we've ever seen. If it's not a penalty, I don't think. I'm fairly confident it's outside the box. But, yeah, we had our spell, didn't we? We had our spell. We had the one chance, and it's gone as you would expect, to be honest, hasn't it? You know, to be so early on, our first season in Europe, going to Old Trafford. Now, of course, we've got to play Chelsea next. Oh, Matanovic is off. That's a little unlucky again, isn't it? I don't think... He's mistimed it a little bit. I don't think it was that bad of a tackle. And, yeah, I mean, we've not played well. And we've been unlucky for 2 of the 3 goals, I'd say. So we can't be happy with it, but it's not terrible. So there we go. It's disappointing. It is disappointing, but we've got to be realistic here, and I don't think that was ever a game that we were likely to get anything from. So 3-0, not the worst. So Manchester United coast past Jarun. Priscilla was injured with a bruised hand, so that's maybe why it was telling me to sub him off. It was probably it probably was a red card, wasn't it? I just think he's mistimed the tackle more than anything. So he's going to miss the Chelsea game. But we won't be missing the Chelsea game. We will be back for, you can see we've got Varison double header, including the cup at home. But we'll come back, I think, for Chelsea and Inter, and I'll play through the league games off camera. So that will be that. And yeah, we've got the 2 ones. Yeah, it's Fenerbahce and Lens are both at home. Those are the 2, aren't they? If we can get 4 to 6 points from them, then I'd be very, very extremely happy. And if we get 6.8, we know that from previous seasons that 9 is probably enough to get you into the knockout rounds. There could be a lot to play for when we play Torino, couldn't there? But that's all for next time, guys. Until then, I've been Aussie. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.